Welcome to an epic season finale of NBL Slam. We take a look back at all of the massive moments from one of the greatest seasons ever. So strap yourself in for the ride of your life.
Big numbers on the scoreboard, and enough ain't enough till the lights get cut, so we only look up and try to score more. I got goals that I put into the manifest. I said no to distractions that can't affect how I manage that, so I slowed up to handle that. Struggled at a road show that I can't adapt. You don't want to squab, you don't really want to mob, you don't want to know your eyes when it comes to the best.
Lightning strikes twice for the Sydney Kings.
For my whole life, I've been doing this for my whole life. I've been doing this for my whole life. I want to know your eyes when it comes to the best.
The time has arrived. It's now or never. Two teams from two different journeys. The Kings dreaming of going back to back. The Breakers rising from the bottom.
10 straight losses to finish what has been a really difficult season.
Gives it to Abercrombie. He puts it down.
Both one win away from ultimate glory. It's been a championship series filled with the unexpected.
The Breakers head home, 1-0 up. And this crowd is loud. Oh, everything's going down for the Sydney Kings. See you in Sydney.
Where unrivaled greatness has risen.
Simon throws the lob for Suarez. Xavier Cooks down the lane. Sydney go 2-1 up in the series.
The Breakers are desperate to keep this series alive. Bangs into Cooks. Barry Brown Jr. He'll go over. Punch it down. Swap the arena. We're going to Game 5. Buck it up, Sydney.
Tonight, it's all on the line. Who will be the last one standing? Welcome to Game 5 of the NBL Championship Series.
By the end of tonight, we will know who the NBL 23 champion will be. This thing is about to blow. Justin Simon, we highlighted his series. Into the corner for Walton Jr.
Real good start for the Sydney Kings. Walton Jr. with the 3-ball settles the nerves down.
18 points in Game 4 for Derek Walton Jr. Shot 8 of 15 from the field in their loss. McDowell White, his first attempt is good.
Right, trading 3 balls. First couple of possessions. Will McDowell White punishing the coverage on the pick and roll.
The NBL Championship Series. Brantley backing in on Cooks. Off the pardon.
And that's what happens when the help comes too late. They allow Brownlee a couple of bounces. Suarez eventually goes over there, but it's all too late, and that's an easy pass for an easy 2 for Pardon. Down low. He waits for that contact and he spins off it.
A float game of Will McDowell White. It's been there all series long. McDowell White upstairs for Pardon.
Wow, what a beautiful play from Will McDowell White. The way he split the D off the pick and roll.
He's happy to give him away on a night like tonight.
My word. Angus Glover in for his first look in Game 5. He's been outstanding. Suarez to the basket. Look at those attendance numbers for this championship series. Brown Jr. with a steal and the jam. Or the layup.
Yeah, your defense is important, but right now only 9 points. The team on the season was averaging the mid-90s.
Rob Lowe with a size advantage over Glover with the left hand over the top.
They're just executing really well.
Well, right now, the Breakers not only have the lead on the scoreboard, but I think physically out here on the court, guys, they have better energy. If Glover goes up and gets a big bucket for the Kings, but the Breakers right now have more pop in them. They're playing with more spirit.
This box out from Liafa kept Cooks off the glass. Play back through Brantley. Brown Jr. drives and lays it up with the left hand.
Great take.
22-11. Cooks underneath. Noticeable, no strapping around the knee of Xavier Cooks tonight. Picked up an injury in game 2. Brantley off the window.
Cool. Not
for the first time at Kudos Bank Arena. He banks one home.
No, you're right about that.
Tom Abercrombie, the 4-time champion, back in. Has his hands full trying to stop Derek Walton Jr.
That's just individual skill. Goes, attacks the rim. Good finish by Walton Jr.
Down White all the way.
Just another really great read.
Brantley drives and one. The stop at one end, the score at the other. The Breakers are all over the Kings right now.
Going punch for punch.
4 points on 2 of 5 for Xavier Cooks. Down White cuts through the traffic.
I'll turn it up.
It's outrageous.
Putting on a show.
Derek Rucker courtside.
And dare I say, guys, a little Michael Jordan switch of the hands from Will McDowell-White as Abercrombie says, get that out of here.
They look like scoring every trip down the floor at the moment. The Sky Sport Breakers. Vasiljevic short on the 3. Back out to Glover, gets his head on the rim.
Well, in contrast, it looks like hard work.
Oh, look at that. I'll tell you what, though, he's taking a trip to the rim.
Good sign for the Kings. Keep their running game going.
Liafa step back. Cooks with the rebound. Score at one end. The defensive board at the other. Glover feet set.
Huge.
What a roll. The ball in the hands of the competition's MVP. 5 to work with. Head down to the cup. Sydney have come charging back from 12 down and trail by 1 at halftime. Walton Jr. drives and scores. Sydney in front. Cooks drives. Unstoppable in that situation. It's been all Sydney to start this 3rd quarter. And that's the answer for the Breakers. Liafa got his man up in the air and lays it up with the foul. Xavier Cooks picks up his 3rd. There's Walton Jr. Little handoff for Cooks. 14 points for the MVP. He's now the game's leading scorer. 13 points for the All-NBL first teamer, Derek Walton Jr. Breakers in possession. 5 on the clock. Brown Jr. over the top of Hunter.
Oh dear. Nice pass.
It's a 4-point lead to the defending champions. Isaiah Liafa shoots it with confidence. Abercrombie got his hand in the passing lane. The Breakers looking to take the lead back. Brown Jr. blocked. Galloway out of nowhere. Now he relocates to the corner. Kawatnoi to the basket. Off the glass.
Tough finish. Going into traffic, a lot of contact. and still able to finish through it.
He was 14 of 19 in the series coming into tonight, but
Above his season average.
yeah, the first attempt, not his best. Brown Jr. getting busy. He wanted a foul, nothing doing.
Ran into his own teammate, Rob Lowe.
Cooks with a push-off, that's an offensive foul, and that's 4 on the MVP. Walton Jr. Inside for Hunter, lost the ball. Shot clock at 3. Bruce. No good. It fell back into his arms. Brown Jr. from halfway. Almost.
Vasiljevic, they got Simon at the 4. You could go at Brantley in the block here if you want. Will McDowell-White, though, feeling himself from long range.
Sky Sport Breakers lead by 3. Here's Kawatnoi.
Huge.
Tied ball game.
Every score is going to be huge, but that one there, particularly for Kawatnoi.
Simon on the move.
Oh, wow.
Taken out of the rim by Pardon.
Oh, my.
Fans are throwing stuff on the court. That's not what we want.
Jeez,
and they didn't want that either. The competition's MVP sitting on the bench with 4 fouls. Getting ready to come back in.
I like the call.
2 more for Brown Jr. Breakers in possession. Pardon rolls to the basket.
Strong finish.
They look into the corner. Glover catch and shoot. Had to change the shot. Oh!
Never quite as sore on the offensive end, and digging deep, followed his shot, and he goes up with 2 hands and stuffs it.
Here he is for 3. Huge!
This is exactly why you risk Angus Glover.
Gets it back in the Kings reset. 7 on the shot clock for Walton Jr. Got it!
Oh, and the stand out as well. He has been huge in this one.
Back to where they started with Walton Jr. 6 on the shot clock. Has Suarez. Cooks still fighting for it. That is as loud, as a roar, as I've ever heard.
Now they're engaged. The home fans are definitely engaged. And look at the relentless hustle.
5 of 21 for the night. New Zealand from outside. Points will count. 5-point lead to the Kings. New Zealand have no fouls left. Every foul from here on in. Free throws for Sydney. Everything hinges on this possession. Brown Jr. for 3. Got it! Oh. New Zealand looking for a stop. Glover gives it back to Walton Jr. Shot clock at 7. Time to go to work. The Breakers have to go, and they have to go now. Brown Jr. No good, loose ball. Simon comes up with it. And the victory lap begins. Derek Walton Jr. with an unbelievably dominant Game 5 performance. They've done it again. The Sydney Kings sit on their throne and rule over the NBL. Back-to-back champions. 77-69. What an unbelievable night.
Spectacular. Great night for basketball, and hats off to both these teams. Shout out to Angus Glover. They were down. They needed to find some points. He gambled on an injured player and the injured player came up and showed all the guts, determination you'd want. And he may not be holding the MVP trophy, but he is worthy of being in that conversation for what he's done, not just in this game, but throughout the entire series.
We've got Chase Milford. Chase, come in here, Chase. No, you guys are both, you're all a part of it. Chase, tremendous coaching job by yourself. You pull this team together. You were able to guide a group of men who have a lot of talent, but sometimes that's not the easiest thing to do. How were you able to pull it all together, Chase?
Trust in these guys, man. Trust in these guys. How about Derek to close us out? X, Just, I mean, these are the guys that do it. All the glory, all the kudos go to them.
Congratulations. Felix, I believe you have Angus Glover.
I'm right here with Angus Glover. Now, Angus, for those who don't know at home, you went through 3 ACL injuries. You've been able to come back and be the X factor in this series. Just tell us how that feels.
Unbelievable. To do what we've done this year, I mean, look at this place, it's rocking. Unbelievable.
Hey, what's next, mate? That's 2 championships. I think the crowd wants to hear one thing. Is there going to be a 3rd anytime soon?
We're going for 3.
Hey, that's all we want to hear. Great job, brother.
And number 10, for the last time before he heads to the Washington Wizards, Xavier Cooks.
Let's go! Hey, I want to give a big credit to New Zealand Breakers, man. They've been our toughest opponent all year. They're a physical bunch, they're talented, they're well coached, and they play really well together. So huge credit to those boys. The NBL, man, the NBL continues to get better each and every year, and I'm so glad to be a part of it. So thank you to the NBL. The fans, man, look at tonight. Like, you guys have shown us so much love all year, and from the bottom of my heart, I can't thank you guys enough. I found my home here in Sydney, and I can't thank you guys enough.
Coming up, we take a look at the best game of the season as 2 stars shot the lights out.
Clock at 10, Creek pulls up. Bang!
Oh, that's a massive shot.
44 for Mitch Creek.
It was no surprise to see the 3 MVP finalists, Perth Wildcats Bryce Cotton, Sydney Kings Xavier Cooks, and Southeast Melbourne Phoenix Mitch Creek, take their rightful place in the All-NBL first team. It was Cotton's 6th straight first team selection, while Cooks and Creek made their first appearance. Joining them was the ever-reliable Kings point guard Derek Walton Jr. and dynamic jack jumper scorer Milton Doyle.
Well done to the cream of the crop, our All-NBL first team, ladies and gentlemen.
And 2 of these superstars were on fire. And the best game of the season, Mitch Creek dropping 46 points and Derek Walton Jr. 45.
Creek steps out, buries the 3. Double-digit lead for the Sydney Kings, who trailed for much of the first quarter. There's Creek starting to get himself active, up to 18 points.
An uncontested layup.
Walt Jr. drains the 3. That's 28 points on 9 of 13. Nice work by Cheek. And Creek walks into a 3. Oh, yeah! Mitch Creek strapping the Southeast Melbourne Phoenix to his back. 1-point game as we are halfway through this fourth quarter. Foxwell has done such an epic job on Walton Jr. Has he got one more stop in him? The Phoenix get the stop. Foxwell, almost. We're headed to overtime in Gippsland. Last minute of overtime. Clock at 10, Creek pulls up. Bang!
Oh, that's a massive shot.
44 for Mitch Creek. Walton Jr. with the response at the other end. This is incredible.
Wow.
And we are headed to double overtime. Mitch Creek spins, and that is 46. Walton Jr. at the other end says, anything you can do, I can do. That's 40 for Derek Walton Jr. Tarangi all up and in on Walton Jr., who pulls the trigger.
Oh, my goodness.
2 periods of overtime to try and find a winner. Back through Walton Jr. And why not?
Oh,
he's unstoppable. Misses. 5 seconds for the Kings. Walton Jr. walks into the 3. The Southeast Melbourne Phoenix have fought out one of the most epic encounters we've seen in the Hungry Jacks NBL. And when it was all said and done, they had enough to win by 1 in the Battle of Gippsland.
Championship Series MVP Derek Walton Jr. spoke about teammate Xavier Cooks headed to the NBA to suit up for the Washington Wizards.
Most of the times, you're not coming into a situation being the best player. You come into a situation where you got to figure out how to stay on the floor and how to make an impact. And I think some of the stuff that he does on a nightly basis is already kind of like some things that people struggle with. And for the most part, I think he's a very high IQ guy. I think he'll figure it out. He got the tools, the physical tools, and like I said, with the wit, I think there's no reason he couldn't figure it out and find his way.
Since I was 18, I first had the dream of going to the NBA. I went to college, I had a pretty good college career. You get a little bit of love, but there was really no traction. And then I was like, all right, I'll go to Germany for a year. Still didn't really get much traction then. And then you start to like, maybe it's me, maybe it's what's gonna happen. I come off a knee injury when I first signed with Sydney, and that was devastating. That was my first major injury I've ever had to deal with. The next year was supposed to be my year. I had a great preseason, and in the first preseason game, I broke my foot. It was a tough mental battle that year, from going up to being ready to be the guy to then being, sitting on the bench for a whole season. I'm 27 years old now, and I felt like I've been knocking on the door for a couple of years now. I mean, my agent always told me never give up hope, just keep fighting and fighting and fighting.
Cooks. Oh my! Big play at a big moment!
And my way to the NBA was always going to be by winning at Sydney Kings, not by putting individual performances. It's by winning and showing what that winning can do on a basketball court.
How many is that for the highlight reel this season for Xavier Cooks?
I found out from my agent, and then I got a Zoom call with the GM and the head coach, and that kind of felt pretty real after that. My parents were over the moon. They're thrilled. I tried to tell them to keep it a secret for a little while, and they're just jumping for joy. Like, we just want to get it out and tell our family over in America and all that kind of stuff. They're obviously over the moon and thrilled for me. I don't think it will sink in until I get to America, but there's sometimes I'm just sitting back and I see a commercial with LeBron James, and I'm like, I'm going to the NBA. Like, let's go.
Xavier Cooks having a night out.
I think I'm going to try and approach this by taking little steps at a time. Get on the court and then make a positive impact in the game, and then maybe, crack a starting spot down the line. From there, becoming maybe a household name in America one day. But the Kings invested so much time and so much money and so much effort into me and my development that I feel like that I owe it back to the Kings. It's been a long journey, but we're finally getting there.
And America awaits for young French sensation Rayan Rupert, predicted to be a top 20 pick. If Rupert is drafted in the first round, he'll become the 5th NBL next star to be drafted to the NBA in the last 4 years. Following the footsteps of Ousmane Dieng, Josh Giddey.
This is Giddey, now with a 3-ball. I can do it all.
RJ Hampton.
Machado left it behind. RJ Hampton in the open floor. RJ! That's going to go on Instagram later.
And LaMelo Ball.
They need a 3-ball.
Oh, no.
LaMelo! Through his veins.
This man is doing it in one of the best leagues in the world. outside the NBA. New Zealand head coach Modi Mayor was glowing with admiration for his next star.
Been around a few Next Stars, and I've been in the league basically since the Next Star program has started, and there's never been a Next Star who's impacted winning as much as Rayan. It doesn't even come close. This kid was a focal point for a lot of the things that we did. And the thing that a lot of people kind of miss, because he came back well, is that he missed that rookie jump. All of the Next Stars that we've had, somewhere in the middle of the season, there was a real leap. Even not the guys that played for us, Giddy, LaMelo, etc., were great players in their own right. Rayan missed it. He was out for 8. He stuck around, kept working, improved his left hand, improved physically. It's been a privilege coaching him. Whoever drafts him is going to be so happy.
Still to come on NBL Slam, we take a look at some epic moments and relive the best dunks of the season.
Rattan May's off the backboard! Rajon Tucker flies!
Coming into this season, Coach Adam Ford had high hopes for his Cairns Taipans.
Well, the factory is going to the beat of our own drum. You know, we can't stand toe-to-toe with the big market clubs and get into a bidding war, and I'm comfortable with that. I don't use that as a sign of weakness or, oh, we're hamstrung or we're handcuffed to this. No, so how can we be competitive? How can we contend for a championship going in our direction?
There's not a lot of experience on the floor from the NBL or internationally right now, but the thing is, that's dangerous. A new team in the league without the pressure of veteran guys coming in, it's a new world for them. They can kind of do whatever they want, and the world's their oyster.
We're in this unique situation in Cairns where not only do we have the Taipans, but we also got the Marlins that's directly connected. So a lot of NBL teams have academies or some sort of program along these lines. We have an actual process where there can be a 16-year-old that can see the development plan, that there can be an NBL 1 player sitting somewhere in the country and looks at Ben Air and goes, there's a program that will absolutely be committed 100% 12 months a year to get me to the NBL level.
Really exciting times in far north Queensland.
And then we can recruit guys of the calibre of Sam Wardenberg and Lat Main and Jonah Antonio to go, hey, look at the program that we're building, and this is how we're going to be competitive.
This offensively minded Cairns team could be anything in NBL 23.
Oh, they're going to be so fun. Man, that's why you don't want to miss a Cairns Taipans game.
Keanu Pinda made history, becoming the first player in the league to win 2 Most Improved Player awards. The 27-year-old elevated his game yet again and is now a genuine superstar. Pinda charged the Taipans' epic rise on the ladder, became a game changer at both ends of the floor, and was considered by many a genuine MVP contender. And the awards kept sliding for the Taipans, with rookie Sam Wardenberg taking home the Next Generation Award, bursting onto the scene and establishing himself as a crucial piece in Adam Ford's rotation. The New Zealand native became a problem in the paint for opponents, scoring effectively at the basket and serving as a focal point on the defensive end.
This is a tremendous honour. How are you feeling right now?
No, yeah, definitely honoured, you know, but couldn't have asked for a better team to get this with. I love all my guys, all my teammates. You know, they make me better every single day, even on my worst days. And, you know, big thanks to the entire organisation at Taipans, the front office, our assistant coaches, and, you know, big thanks to 40. You know, he had the vision for what he wanted for this team. So, yeah, thank you for allowing me to be part of it. And,
there was a loud roar when you just won the award, which is fantastic. I think that, to me, that shows how close you are as a group. How has this Cairns system been for you, and what works?
Yeah, it's amazing. You know, there's 40 allows us to play free, play the game that we love. You know, we've known since day one the talent that we have and how special this group would be. So, you know, that helped us, you know, form a good chemistry early on and that special bond that we have. So, yeah, love these guys and it's special.
Taking his team from second last to deep in the finals, the Cairns Taipans coach was rewarded for a terrific season.
Well, it's my pleasure to announce that the Lindsay Gaze Coach of the Year for 2022-23 is Adam Ford of the Cairns Taipans.
real quick shout out as well to Chase and Modi, who've had a fantastic year as well. You know, it's amazing what both those guys have done with their teams.
Now that you've got your group together and you've got them into the final series, what are they capable of?
Anything they want. I think we showed it throughout the season. We've been fairly consistent. The guys believe, and that's really all I care about.
That's what won him the game, and that's good hands from Pinder. Stand by!
Newly pass intercepted. Shannon Scott saw what was coming and had ball called for the jam.
We also need to take this moment to sing the praises of the Cairns Taipans. What a season. Oh, they have dealt incredible adversity and been written off a lot, but continued to fight and really represent Cairns the way you'd want to be represented.
And it wasn't just the Taipans playing out of their skin. The entire competition reached new heights.
Rattan May's off the backboard. Oh! Rayan Tucker flies. Ding, ding. Xavier Cooks, that is enormous. My goodness. Simon up ahead. Look out. And he flies. Antonius Cleveland.
I didn't know he had that.
Back downhill with the left hand. Throws it down.
Rayan Tucker. Brady Manic.
There we go, big fella.
Goes straight at the big boy. Just a hellacious duck.
Now it's time to take a look at the All-NBL second team. Melbourne captain Chris Goulden made his 5th appearance in an All-NBL team and was joined by outside selections in New Zealand's scoring machine Barry Brown Jr. and Cairns star DJ Ho. Keanu Pender also cemented his spot among the league's elite, while New Zealand's defensive beast Derek Pardon made his presence felt in the inside selection.
Brown Jr. all the way.
Winner of the Best Six-Man Award, Barry Brown Jr. was a godsend for the New Zealand Breakers, provided an instant scoring punch off the bench. A top 3 scorer in the NBL, Brown caused headaches for opposing defenses with his ability to get to the basket and knock down outside shots.
What a ball! Barry Brown Jr. with a rainbow!
What a fourth quarter he is putting on display.
Barry Brown Jr. was crowned the Best Six-Man Award. What a season that he's had.
From one star to another, it's been an epic 12 months for this man.
The winner of the MVP from the Sydney Kings, Xavier Cooks.
Sydney's Xavier Cooks became the 5th king to be named Most Valuable Player and 3rd in the past 5 years, joining Jalen Adams and Andrew Bogut. On the offensive end, Cooks was as damaging as he was efficient, scoring from all over the court. His vision as a passer and his off-ball movements were essential to the Kings' title defense. We go from the best to the best buzzer beaters.
Here's Bruce to Noi, the birthday boys. Oh, he's got it! Oh my goodness!
Oh, he missed.
Oh, they got the ball back.
Chance to win. You want to?
Tyler Harvey, he'll have the final say one way or another.
He's going up from deep.
3 from downtown. Tyler Harvey.
Kawanoi's done it once. Can Bruce be the man this time? You've got to be kidding me. Tucker for one last 3, which might just matter.
That is huge.
After After that Tucker buzzer beater in the second last game of the season, Melbourne almost had the final spot of the inaugural playing tournament locked in. But it all came down to the final game. The Wildcats now needing to win by 12 or more to leapfrog United and claim the final spot in the finals.
Just joined us by virtue of Melbourne winning today at John Cain Arena against Adelaide. Perth must win by 11 to make the play-in series. Nice offense.
Just not able to get things going. That'll help the cause a little bit. In isolation, it's not a bad shot. He's a good shooter, but in the context of where we're at in that particular possession, there's another nice play for Travers.
And that's simple offense. That's the Wildcats, the rotation on the weak side, not there, but...
Vasiljevic, speaking of just firing away.
Oh, he gave him a little short too.
Now Cooks downhill. Yes, please. Nice work for Wagstaff on the offensive glass. Now he steps back out for three. Travers from outside. It's all happening for the Wildcats right now.
Got a shooter coming off the screen. They bite on it. Oh my goodness, this is a career night.
We'll have all the details on the play-in series and the matchups coming up at the conclusion of this one. And the way Perth are playing, they'll be there. Wagstaff for Travers. 5 minutes and 30 remaining. Manic with the jam.
Great find from Cotton.
Vasiljevic for three. Oh my! Well, he defers to Webster. It drops. Perth leading by enough to get there. But a Sydney bucket will change that. 2 second differential between game and shot clock. Vasiljevic turns the corner. Doesn't go. It's off Cotton. The Wildcats season hangs on the last play of the last game. Vasiljevic off the inbound. Misses. The Wildcats erase the demons of last season and will return to the postseason. 36 finals appearances in 37 years. Perth are in on the last day of the season, 96-84.
Don't go anywhere. We take a look at some epic moments of the season.
I'm feeling great. Now let's turn on the cool. Get busy.
Hi, Mom.
Pulling facial expressions like you can smell someone that's just farted.
What did you take with him here? The chicken nuggets, the fish fillets?
I need a whole new order.
Now sit back, relax, and enjoy some of the best plays of the season.
Shannon's
Wow, what a pass! What a pass!
Beautiful from the Illawarra Hawks, Sam Froling.
Oh my goodness! Rayan Tucker lost a shoe. Beauty.
Scott, quick outlet pass. He's got McCall hovering.
Adelaide needs something special. What about that? Sunday Ditch. He looked like Tom Brady.
Perfect. Oh, here we go.
Return Mays off the backboard. Rayan Tucker flies.
Oh, we saw it eventuating. Retan Mays looked backwards. He knew his highlight machine was coming.
Xavier Cooks. That is enormous.
Dunk of the year.
Last play of the opening quarter. From half court, Ryan Rupert. He's back and he knocks down the three from the halfway line. Coach of the year, Scott Ryan. Got this team humming. And the alley-oop play off the inbound pass for Doyle.
What a play.
Brockoff. Fouled. Oh, my.
It goes! Goodness me!
Shot clock is off. Mitch McCarron again.
Never mind.
Oh,
Says
what a
Mitch
pass.
McCarron.
Cleveland with another layup.
And the finish.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't.
Oh my, Nathan Peeling playing a game of Twister.
I almost fell out of a chair over here.
Golden gets it out to Tucker. Decides to take them on an in traffic, duck upstairs and threw it down and told them all about it. Oh boy.
Over Soto, if you don't mind. He's already got the dunk in the ear. He might have just topped it. Ding, ding! Oh, look out!
Ferocious throwdown from Ding Ding.
The Bullets charge forward. Mitchell on the alley-oop.
Oh my.
Hammers that thing down with authority. Travels upstairs. Have a piece of that. Brady Manic.
There we go, big fella.
That right there is a statement. Simon up ahead. Look Cleveland! My goodness! My goodness gracious me!
Doyle. Harden picks him up. Oh, that's nice. Oh, Milton Doyle.
Here's the instant offense. Slams it down. Cooks. Oh my! Big play and a big moment.
Barry Brown Jr. to the open floor. He'll go up and punch it down. Swamp Arena on their feet.
Now let's take a look back at some of the NBL stars who achieved milestones this season.
Impossible circus shot from Daniel Johnson.
Now White, baseline, the reverse lay-in.
Shot clock's down to 3. White has to let it go.
Adnam steps back. Cam Glidden's off to the races early.
Glidden in rhythm.
Knocks down a massive three.
Illy into the lane and the finish. Shea nice move. Here's McCarron.
Money-making Mitch McCarron.
Tough drive, hard finish. Brad Newley. Oh, that is a patented Brad Newley shot.
Ruben Tarangi is red hot.
Norton. Oh, baby.
Drumming.
Sets it up for Creek.
Here comes Creek.
Golding, now or never, now! It's now for Chris Golding!
Now that's a wrap. See you next time for another epic basketball ride on NBL Slam.